And then in the middle of the conversation, the phone goes out. They turned off my corporate cell phone account before they could finish laying me off. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Stacey Elaine. You have reached the Girl Boss Beauty community where we talk all things for the modern working woman. Yes, we love beauty and fashion, but we are cognizant of our budgets and our bills, and we take all things into consideration on this channel. If you love the vibe, please subscribe. Today is a story time, and I'm going to tell you guys, as the title suggests, how I got laid off from my corporate job about almost 2 months ago. So if you are not new to the channel, then you will know how hard I worked in my last position at my last company. So I was someone that was recruited during 2021's Great Recession. A company came to me that I was never interested in, never on my radar, never thought that we would vibe, that our viewpoints, our cultures would align, but they presented me with an opportunity to lead their electric vehicle strategy and business development. They had done nothing in the EV space. And as someone who's really interested in sustainability, low carbon strategy, and all things tree hugging, I could not pass it up. So I accepted their role. We actually worked together to develop the role. The role was supposed to be for a leader. So within 3 years of me joining the company, the deal was that I would have already moved to another position, and then I would be seen as a leader in the global marketing business. So a few months after I joined the firm, they decide to hire McKinsey as a consulting firm. And whenever an oil and gas company hires McKinsey, it means layoffs are imminent. This is the tea. If they say, oh, we're hiring McKinsey, get your financial house in order, baby. Because the company that that they recruited me away from, that I had just left, had also hired them and also had gone through a transformation, is what they like to call it. And transformations always include letting people go. And so I was open to the idea of going to this new company in 2021 because of how transformation had gone for me in my last company. And I didn't like where they put me. Transformations are all about business needs. And as someone who has a myriad of skill sets, they could put me almost anywhere. And they did. They just put me in finance, and I was dying in there. And after 9 months, when said company that I was never interested in came a knocking and said, I will give you your dream job. We can develop it together. We will let you lead it. You will have all the power. I was like, I can't turn this down. This is a dream role. So I went to the company knowing that the people and the culture and the way that they work probably didn't align with how I liked it, but I was going to take the opportunity as a stepping stone in my career. And that is how I viewed it. And that's why when they said, go over there, I went over there. I wanted to see what was over there. When they said, go to Indianapolis, I was in Indianapolis. When they said, go to Las Vegas 3 times in 1 year, I went to Las Vegas 3 times in 1 year. When they said, go to Austin the same week that you're going to Las Vegas, I went to Austin. The same week I went to Las Vegas. And I built up great networks. And even in one of my latest videos that I just put out for you guys, I told you all that I had networked externally in the electric vehicle industry way more than I had networked with people inside the company. So it's great to be in the same room as the CEO and the executive leadership team and to network internally, because I do a lot of networking outside of the company, which is what I did in Las Vegas. And probably don't do enough networking inside of the company, and I need to work on that. So I'm glad that I'm chosen to be in this cohort, this leadership cohort. I'm really excited to see my own development as we journey along. And I said, you know, if I'm going to work here, I'm going to need to change that. I need to build relationships with the people that I work with. And I was trying to be very intentional about that. So I traveled every single week in the month of September. I mean, you can go back and see all the vlogs that I did. I brought you along to every trip almost, and it was exhausting, and I was exhausted. My feet hurt. My feet hurt so badly. They are crying out like Keith Sweat. Like, nobody told you to do all this walking. Oh, Lord, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired. Lord Jesus. Oh, and tomorrow is a travel day. And then another dinner. God, give me strength. Anybody else ever felt like this? Like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't know. This is not an over exaggeration. I was so tired. I was burnt out after 14 months. I just could not imagine continuing at that pace with no assistance. So after a year and a half, I was successful in building the EV strategy, building the business development pipeline, developing relationships with all of the companies and third parties and suppliers that I needed to. I had negotiated deals and all of these things, and I was very proud of my work. And then we were going through layoffs, and I was told by my former manager that I was not going to get laid off, that I would be moving to a different division with him. We were supposed to go into the emerging energy space. And there was an emerging energy business, and they were breaking that off to be its own standalone business unit, and that I would go into emerging energy. And he told me that as if it was going to happen. And I was like, okay. And that might have been in maybe September. No. It was either August or September. And so I was then trying to fight to keep my team and have everyone, keep their jobs. And October came, and you guys saw me go from Las Vegas, and then I started the month going to a conference on a weekend. Like, that's how much I was committed to this role. And I came back to go to an internal leadership function, which I showed you all how I did that. And then our first site had gone live in September, and we were doing a lot of press for our first electric vehicle charging stations. The first ones the company had ever done. And so what was telling is that in the month of October, we had a photo shoot for that. And everyone was supposed to meet for the photo shoot at 4:45 in the afternoon, and it was outside. And you guys know I have natural hair. It's very curly. I did a twist out. I had to skip my workout in the morning. I sat under the dryer to dry my twist. I did my makeup. I didn't go outside all day because I didn't want my hair to frizz up. It was so much that I did for this photo shoot. And then when I arrived at the photo shoot, no one told me, but they took the picture before I got there. Now, mind you, I am the leader in the company for electric vehicle strategy and business development. And there's a picture of a lot of pale faces and not mine. So then when the picture comes out, a lot of coworkers were asking, why weren't you in the picture? Were you traveling? And this is when it was like, they're on some funny shit. I'm gonna be honest. And then I will say it was probably a week and a half later. Prince Mighty had dental surgery on a Tuesday. And so I worked from home so that I could pick him up when his surgery was completed. He got 20 teeth pulled in the same day. And I thought when my phone rang while I was working from home, about to head into a 2 p.m. meeting with another third-party company, I thought it was Prince Mighty's dentist calling me or Prince Mighty's vet calling me, but it was this guy that I work with, not my manager. My manager had taken a frivolous trip. I always thought the trip was frivolous. I didn't know why he was going to this site assessment. I had no idea. But today, I believe he went on a business trip to Los Angeles so that he would not have to be the one to lay me off as a coward. And so he had someone else do it. And this guy calls me. He's like, hey, Stacey, I just want to let you know that we were unable to place you in the current round, and your services are no longer needed. And I said, what? And he's like, yeah. And here's someone from HR to tell you about your severance package. So they're calling me on my work cell phone, which is an iPhone. And I'm talking to the lady, and I'm listening to her. And then in the middle of the conversation, the phone goes out. They turned off my corporate cell phone account before they could finish laying me off. Where they do that at? They turned off the service, like kaput. So I'm just sitting here like halfway laid off, but not completely laid off, with a coward manager who had other people lay me off. Okay, so while I'm waiting for them to, I guess, find a way to finish laying me off, I go in, and the meeting that I was going to have at 2 p.m., I just notified, declined the meeting, and I say, I no longer work for this company. And that was it. And then I just tried to decline the meetings that I had for the rest of the week to let people know, like, I'm not showing up for these things. And I will tell you, probably 75% of the meetings that I had were with people outside of the company, and where I was probably the only person in our company that would be representing the company in that meeting, if that makes sense. So I had to let them know, because I felt like it's my brand on the line. You know, people would think that I was the one who just didn't show up, that ghosted people. And that was not the case. And so I also then texted my immediate family, and I said, hey, I'm getting laid off. And so when I sent that text to my family from my personal phone then starts calling, and I guess HR found my personal phone number, and then they finished laying me off on my personal number, because my corporate account was cut off before they could finish doing so. And so they said, you worked here for 14 months, and so you're eligible for 4 weeks of severance. Like nothing. And they said that we'll pay you for your vacation that you have remaining, and you'll be an employee through November 1st, but you will not do any work on behalf of the company, and your benefits will end on the last day of November unless you decide to pay and extend them, which I did. And so that was that. And so since probably October 25th or 26th, I have not been working. And it's been a blessing. It's been one of the best things ever. I have gotten rest. I've been able to focus on my house and house projects. I am in the middle of getting the floors redone in my office. I have decluttered. I have organized. I have cleaned. I am so happy with the progress I've made in the house. I've tried to find a new contractor. So things are progressing, in that space. And then one thing that I did immediately after I knew I was laid off is that because all of these people would then wonder why I canceled our meetings out of the blue, this is such important work, I then texted my third party companies, and I just let them know, hey, I want to let you know that I no longer work for said company. And they did not believe me. And now you want to talk about some people that were hotter than fish grease. They were hot. They questioned what is going to happen to the EV program at this company. What's going to happen? What is the direction of the company? What are they doing? Well, I can't answer that because I'm no longer an employee. All I know is that I won't be part of it. And they questioned how strong the program would be without the person that led it or started it. I can also tell you that no one from my former company, except for one person, has reached out to check on me or check up on me and see how I was doing. And that was just my very first manager. She was the strategy manager for the US, and she got my number from my analyst. My analyst did not check on me, but he asked if he could give my phone number to a manager. I said yes. And she checked on me and she said it was really wrong what they did. And I will be leaving the company at the end of the month. I've elected to retire. And, this is not the company that I started with. And I just really need a change in something different. But I just wanted to check on you because I felt really bad about how they treated you. I appreciate that so much. But she was the only one, which when I worked for the company, I felt very alone. I felt very isolated. A lot of the times I was on the road by myself. But then when I would be in the office, I would try to make friends and be nice and kind and, try to network and chit chat with people. And I even when I worked there, I felt like, nobody at this company really cares about me. And I can say probably except for that one female manager, they probably don't. And so I have not heard from anyone at the company, but I get checked on. I mean, the other people that I worked with externally check on me probably every week. And most of them have put me in touch with their HR to inquire if I would be interested in joining their firms. I immediately started interviewing. I immediately put open to work on my LinkedIn. I immediately set up all of these discussions because I am a modern working woman and I knew that I would want to work again. So this is the week before Christmas, and I've completed probably 5 rounds of interviewing with 4 different companies. It is very tiring. To be honest, I'm very tired. I have no more paychecks, no more severance or anything. That's all been sent. I agreed not to sue the company for discriminatory practices. I got my 4 weeks of severance, and I am just moving on. And hopefully by the time you see this video, I would have accepted one of the offers that I've been working on recently. So I'm calling this offer week, and hopefully by the end of the week, I would have multiple offers to review. So tips if you hear Mackenzie is coming, tips on if you want to quit your job or want to make a change, or, if you work in the U.S. in general, it's at will, especially in Texas, it's at will. They can let you go any day. And so I've always been a Texas worker, they can let you go for no reason at all any day. My European colleagues, that blew their minds. It could never work that way with them. But for me, it can. They were very sad. I mean, I will say that my European colleagues have reached out, and then one person reached out in the US. But keep your financial house in order. Like, I mean, have a minimum of 6 months of expenses. And I keep a very detailed budget. It's in Excel. And I just roll it over year after year. I know where every penny goes. I know exactly how much my expenses are month by month because they're always fluctuating. And so for that reason, keep your financial house in order. Know how much your expenses are. Have like 6 months saved up because I got 4 weeks of severance. And then because I got that, I think I'm not eligible for unemployment, or at least that's what Texas has told me. And so it's really on me to take care of myself. And luckily I had savings to sustain, myself, and go back to work basically when I wanted to. And I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to God for his grace and his mercy during this entire experience, because honestly, you guys, my life motto has always been, the best things are yet to come. And no matter what happens, no matter if I'm up or down, high or low, sad or happy, I always feel like this season is temporary and the best is always yet to come. And so I feel that way even though I sit here sipping my coffee, unemployed, child. The best is yet to come. And I can't wait to tell you what that best will be. You can follow me on LinkedIn. That's the only place I will ever announce where I work. I never say where I work on the internet here, but just on LinkedIn. So professionally, that's where I'll make that announcement. And keep your financial house in order. That's what I'm planning to do. And I have already put together my 2023 budget, and I already know exactly how much it takes for me to sustain my living in 2023, and the minimum that I would have to procure, the minimum income that I would need to procure to sustain my living. And it's a lot less than what my salary is, and that is exactly how you should live. Yeah, I mean, I live so low below my means. I can't tell y'all, like, I'm just like, I can get a job at Nordstrom, I can get a job at Target, we can make it work, but I say that to say I am blessed, I am happy, I am rested, I am of sound mind, and I am looking forward to the year ahead. So you will see a couple videos that are current, but I felt like I had to film this video first because y'all are my friends on the internet, and we keep it all the way 100 and we keep it all the way honest with each other. So please tell me if you would like any finance videos, any budgeting videos, if you want a budgeting series, if you want a career series. A lot of videos will stop in 2022, like vlogs. I probably won't vlog anymore because only like 50 of y'all watch them. But other than that, let me know what type of sit-down videos and series you would like me to either continue doing in 2023 or that you would really love me to start on this channel, and you think other people would love as well. So leave that in the comments below. Again, if you love the vibe, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.